By now, you brothers have heard about the situation going on with Jamie Foxx. He has reportedly gotten a young white woman by the name of Alyce Huckstepp pregnant. He is 58 and she is 31. And as you may remember, he had a serious medical emergency back in 2023 where he nearly lost his life. And guys, do you remember the reaction to that? Do you remember how several black women were so upset by this? Not all of them, but a significant number were out there saying he got what he deserved, wishing he had not made it through, all of that. And now the news that Jamie Foxx has gotten this woman pregnant has become major headlines. One of the biggest talking points surrounding this is the contradiction people keep bringing up. Jamie Foxx has always presented himself as deeply pro-black. Black Lives Matter, the black community, people always trying to take from us, and yet every time you have seen him since 1994, he has been with a white woman. And I am going to be honest, personally, I do not respect that combination. Now, I understand there are brothers out there who genuinely enjoy interracial dating, and I have no issue with that. I know plenty of guys from my time in certain spaces who move that way. But I have to keep it real. If you're going to be out here talking black around the clock while sleeping white, nobody respects that. Nobody. But let me get back to the point people keep raising about Jamie. You know what people notice about Jamie? He does not go for white women who are trying to look or act like black women. He genuinely likes white women who look fully white. And people have pointed out that Alyce actually looks quite similar to him facially. Some are even saying they look like they should be together for that reason. Shout out to Tasha K for highlighting that angle. And then you had this brother on Instagram, shout out to him. I believe his handle is the only Pyrex67, funny guy out of the East Coast, go check him out. He put out a video on this.
This is for Eric Marlon Bishop, aka Jamie Foxx. Report to the screen. Cause what is this? You really went plain white bread. You didn't even go potato bread. You went plain white bread on us? This 0 for 3. Like, I'm gonna keep it a bit. I thought this gonna have a fancy on his side. This got Kevin Love, Scottie Pippen, and Colin Kaepernick. What's wrong with you, Jamie? I get it, you don't want your kids to come out looking like Wanda Sykes, but at the same time, what are you doing? You not want anything. Like, I'm gonna keep it a bean with this is the definition of anything. You Jamie Foxx and you got a 0 for 3 lineup. That's why, for me, blame it on the I can say you blamed it on the alcohol, because what is this? Son, bug.
So why am I even dealing with this? Here's what you black men do not want to talk about. You all go back and forth with me all the time. You come at me about being like the D police, which is crazy because how am I policing y'all? And I am going to tell you exactly why I could never be the D police when it comes to black men. You want to know why?
This because in the last 2 years that I've lived and dated here, I have not seen very many foreigners that are black or just black men even here in general with anything over a 5 or a 6, with a 5 being average on a scale from 1 to 10. Now, before you guys come for me in the comments, there are some exceptions to this, but from what I've seen, it's only the men, black men, who are paying these women or they're giving them some type of monthly allowance. Generally, I do not see black men, local or foreign, with generally stunning, let's say light skin or white high soap.
Now, I have to interview this brother. He lives in Colombia. His name is Passport Graffiti. I have got to sit down with him because I'm pretty sure he would blow everybody away if I could get just 1 hour with him. The reality is, it is hard to police somebody when, for the most part, the women they are pulling while dating interracially are not on a high level. I've been saying this since I got on YouTube. Most of you guys are not pulling attractive women internationally. You are not getting the beautiful white women in America. I'm in Africa right now, and I see you all here too. You are not really pulling the top-tier women here either, which is wild because they exist. I do see you all doing slightly better here than in America or South America, but in Thailand, you are really not pulling them like that, not consistently, especially not the white women you all deal with back in America. You are not getting top-tier women. So everywhere most of you go, you are settling. So how is anyone policing you when you are already policing yourself by refusing to spend on them? Once word gets around about certain guys, women in those communities warn each other. In the Philippines, you are not consistently pulling baddies. Most of you are not. So what exactly was the point of going over there? I'm not saying you have to date black women, that's your choice entirely. But why are you overseas settling for tier 4s and tier 5s and acting like you made some kind of upgrade? Some of you are down bad in a struggling apartment with roaches everywhere. Clap twice and she comes over to scope you out. You have $5 to your name. She takes it, puts on her sandals, and leaves. And you sitting there talking about how you don't want American women. I hear you. But why is it that every time you go to your so-called preferred community, you are not actually pulling from that community at the level you claim?
If your preference is white women, you cannot be out here only attracting women that their own men would not pursue. In Africa, you have a better chance simply because of numbers and culture. But once you start moving into environments where you have to overcome real social barriers and you are not offering anything financially, and the women are waitresses working restaurant jobs, that is something you could have stayed home for. And when other races see you walking around with their tier 4s and tier 5s, it does not reflect well. And this is not just a black American thing. African men actually take this to another level entirely. I have personally seen brothers from Lagos who moved to Poland with barely functional women, missing limbs and the elderly, and they were proud of it. Meanwhile, I watched black men in Poland struggle to attract mid-level Polish women. The only time I ever saw black men in Poland with genuinely attractive women was when those women happened to be from Russia, Kazakhstan, Ukraine, foreigners themselves. A Polish woman through and through choosing a black man over her own? Rarely. And that is the reality for most of you. Jamie Foxx has no excuse given his resources, but most of you regular guys are struggling when it comes to white women and Latinas. No baddies. Zero. Especially on the East Coast corridor, Jersey, New York, Brooklyn, Harlem, Manhattan, Philly. Those women are feisty and have high standards, and you are simply not competing out there. You are not pulling anyone that anyone else would want. That is the majority of you. Most of you talk a big game. You are really not. And when you start showing off who you actually pulled, if she cannot even break a 4 out of 10, sit down somewhere. Who exactly do you think you are? So if you are going to date interracially, can she at least be above a 3? You say black women do not meet your standards. All right, fair enough. But then you show me your girl and that's what you came back with?